everybody. Haven't checked to see who all's here yet. Sorry, just getting settled. My mind's going 1,000 miles an hour today, so I probably am going to be extra distracted. I turned the camera off because this extra white background, the coloring is awful and it just drives me bananas and it looks so bad. Alright, let's see what we want to do today. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be doing some more database stuff today, and it's cold here. So, like I said, gameplay analysis. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Gameplay analysis. Let's see what this does. Alright, so we're going to be given a table. I can turn off my lights so they're not shining in my eyes. But we do need to do a video later, so I don't know what we're going to do. Alright, let's see. We're given a table, and here's the schema. It's going to have four columns, and int, date, and int. Alright, so just FYI, dates can be very, very tricky and very annoying. But alright, player ID, debate ID are the primary keys, combination of columns with unique values in this table. So let's just kind of, and it's called, what is, table's called activity. So let's just go ahead and just take a peek at it. Star from activity. Let's just take a peek and just get started. So, alright, what do we need to do? Table shows activity of players. Some games, each row is a record of a player who logged in and played a number of games, possibly 0, before logging out on some day using some device. Okay, so pretty vague. Alright, so we're gonna write a solution to find first login date for each player. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting one right here, and this is one that you will absolutely have to do. So let's alright, so it's going to be a min over partition by. There's two ways to do this. We haven't done any group bys in a while. So let's look at this. We're gonna need player ID, and then first login. All right, so. Hey Nico, how are you doing today? First log. Oh, what is it called? Oh, event date. Event date. Oh, because the coloring is bad, and I just don't want to have to deal with it. Let's see. So we have an event date, and boom, 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 boom. Now here we go. So now this is where SQL starts to become very, very cool. All right. Min, and then we're gonna do this a different min on. So min is an aggregate function. And then as first login. Since this is an aggregate function, you need a group by. Group by. Now, what's super cool about this? Venki, how are you? Good day. We're doing more SQL. So this is a very realistic question that you will have in from a business partner. Hey, what's everybody's first login? All right. So let's see. Then my group by. Now, what's so cool about this? There's upsides and downsides to this right here. So let's see. And this should be it. Yeah. So what am I doing? And also you can do it like this. So since this is column, the way you can think about this is column 1, this is column 2. Here's in space-time continuum. Oh, that's funny. All right. You can also number. The only problem with numbering these is if you add columns, you have to come and then rearrange. So if you have a very large amount of columns with that you're aggregating, I highly recommend using numbers. If you are going to be experimenting and moving columns in and out, then I recommend using the name of the column. So all right. Now what did I do here? So group by, I like to describe this as an accordion. So what I did is let's comment. We learned the other day that commenting out in this process does not work. So we're going to let's see. We're just going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. And we're going to rerun this. So we're going to do like everything else we do around here. We do slow. So I'm getting all of the player IDs because I'm just saying bring in the player IDs. Now watch this. So I like to describe this as I'm compressing an accordion. So I'm going to be grouping the first column by like items. So originally we had here's the input. We had 2 1s, a 2, and 2 3s. Well, I told SQL, hey, go ahead and put all of these similar items together. So it goes, okay, cool. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then there's another way to do this. If I were to do it, I could do distinct, and I would get only records so and so and so and so. That's a technique to do this, get this same output, but that technique would not then work. Let's see. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, but I hard commented it out. I mean, sure, we can try it. I'm up for trying anything. With first, no, event date. And then see, you can also do this without a group by, and I may have to look it up, but it's partition over, I believe, player over partition player. Yeah, we're gonna need to look at that. First, login, and now this will be. Oh, forgot a comma. And I still need to record for today. Completely forgot that I did not record. What? Oh. Hope everyone is doing well today. So that worked. Okay, you said Control K C. Okay, so it's not this, it wants an extra space. Interesting. Never seen that extra space needed. All right. So now what I'm saying then is by adding the event date, let's come back over here. Now this is going to kind of mess with you. Let's rerun this. So what does this look like when we... So what this arbitrarily does is this just picks... hang on. Showing that we've only been on for a minute and 9 seconds, so I don't know. Yeah, see, here's the lighting in the background. Yep. Because this extra light, yeah, it just does all sorts of really weird stuff. So I don't want to have to deal with it. So I have to figure out something, and I have no idea what I want to talk about today on a video. Still haven't solved that. Been working on some more data engineering stuff. Did we ever solve that one? Let's see. Programming is more than you do not argue with your code. That's a good one. We did a non-technical yesterday. We probably need to do. Did we solve? I think we did that. We didn't solve the gas one. Maybe we'll come back to do that tomorrow. All right. Maybe I'll come up with a good one. Oops. Maybe I'll come up with a good one for later. So, all right, let's get this solved. Oh, we did this. But all right, so it just compressed and it just picks arbitrarily a login. But now, if I remember, this you can do this without min over partition by player ID. And I think we get the same result. Let's see what. It was there was a way to do this with partition with over, and I can't remember, but I'll mess around with that. And there we go, and bring back group by. Because again, if you have any, let's leave this out and let me see if it shows a good error. Anytime you have a aggregate function, meaning I'm joining, I'm compressing, it just does it. It just compresses everything. It just finds the minimum, the lowest here. But I don't want the absolute lowest. I want to include all of them. So that's why I do group by. And then group by one. All right, there we go. And then let's do, I don't think we've actually hit submit yet. No, we have not. All right, let's do this and run. And here we are. And only beats 35. Wonder what they have. So, all right, let's get over. Do you have notifications for Discord on? No, I think I'm quieted. Thank you. All right, what you got? Oh, that's very cool. That is very cool, Nico. I like that. That is very, very cool. All right. Let's go back to our database. And let's see, rising temperature. All right, let's do rising temperature. Okay. We have a table called weather. and also get in excuse me, get in the habit of saying table. Because you're going to have, the larger you get, let's say we have a database named Sam, and then inside of that database there's a table called games, and it has a whole bunch of attributes of the games Sam's likes, how much he plays them, blah, 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 blah. So database, table. So get in the habit of saying table, not database, all right? Because you're going to get, when you deal with larger and you go into a database and you're going to have tables that you're going to interact with, that's the way that you're going to need to do it with dot notation. All right. So this is just where I start. Now, also, if you haven't seen this, let's do this right now. Weather limit 10. Just to kind of get an idea, because you have no idea. You don't want to ever go, especially a production table, you're not going to go blank star blank go, because you're gonna sit there forever. So you just want 10 rows to just kind of get the feel of what this is. So right now, all right, so it has 3 columns. All right, here they are. This is kind of what it looks like. Date, ID, temperature. So int, date, and int. All right, cool. Write a solution to find all dates ID with higher temperatures compared to previous dates yesterday. Return. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. All right. So let's go back over that for just 1 second. Let me make sure I have chat open. Hi, hello, Dora. How are you? Glad to have you here. So we are going through, I don't think I've seen you before. We're just doing some Leetcode challenges on databases because I am realizing that I am very rusty on SQL. So we are, and this is going to be a lag, and this is actually what I need to actually work on, because the lag function really kind of throws me off. So we're going to use this. So all right, let's and then we also, before the light gets, how bad's you know what, we'll deal with that later. Let's just stay focused where we are today. Hope everybody is doing well who's joining us. So we want to find, let's redo that. So it only wants the ID, it doesn't want any extra. Write a solution to find all dates ID with higher temperatures compared to its previous day, its dates yesterday. Hang on a second. Don't know what. Oh, I got my weekly recap from YouTube. Oh, I've not let everybody know that we are live on Discord. Let me do that. At everyone, I'm live. There we go. Okay. Now we're back. All right. So lag. Let's. So there is a function in not Python. Sorry. Python's on the brain. This is why we've got to practice some SQL. All right, so what it does is this is why I need to practice it. So the way it works is it looks at the previous, whatever you tell it to look at the previous. And so we need where the higher temperatures occurred. Find all dates with higher temperatures compared to its previous day. So basically, you want to look back, but then you're also going to point to what does it need to look back to. So if we look really close here, see, there's sometimes where you're going to have, what is the temperature are even, some are greater and some are lesser than, oh, and actually let's put this in. Well, that's the way you design this, because it's, and that's how we're going to have to see right here. So it's going to be just like this. So in the explanation for the second, is so we'd set greater than, I thought it's 10, 25, 20, and 30. Yes, but 30 is higher than the third, and the 25 is higher than the 10. But 20 is lower than 25. You're good. I misread all the time. Venki, you have a pass. You have a get out of jail free pass unlimited card. So no worries. We're in this together. How many times have you fixed my understanding of, you're like, no, that read it again. I think that was Nico does that too. Nico probably goes nuts. Read it again. So we're all good. So the way that I would interpret this is 2 and then 4. Now, the way that we're going to use this is there is a specific function, and it is, I was looking at this last night because I need to perfect and be able to do this on the fly, because we could do this with some arduous, ugly, awful SQL code and number all the days and if this, that, or we can do this simple lag function and means lag that is just lag. Let me see. Let me remember what actually lag SQL lag. Yeah, there's lag and there's lead. So literally behind and then lead. So we can have it look forward or look backwards. And I still didn't turn that light off. That's still there. Oh, that's nice. Okay, all right. So we could actually create another function, another column. So let me show you. And then I think this is only 4, so we don't need this one. Let's get this here. Any questions? Nope. All right. So I want and that's not what I want. I want that. Let me make sure. So and it's going to be lag. Let me make sure I am understanding. So the value to be returned and so I want, what do I want? Do I want a true or a false? Do I want a Z1 or 0? Because what I want to do is I want to have a third column over here. Whoa. Offset number of rows back, and then default. Default is the return value if offset goes beyond scope. Okay. So expression. So we want a 1, then offset 1, and default of 0. Then over partition by Doro. So is SQL just a one-shot change to a database? Well, it interacts with the database. So you can read, you can update, you can write, you can delete. I guess, I don't know, delete, update, same. So you can augment, you can add to, and you can remove. There we go. Augment. I can't figure out the move forward function in my code. for this or for your 3D engine? So partition by, so we're gonna let's see, and then partition by, because I want to, we may have to look at this because I need to improve, because we want to do this in one fail swoop. Partition by temperature. Partition by temperature, and then, or partition by temperature, order by record date. Partition by temperature, order by record date. And then this is as, this doesn't feel right, but like I said, I need to learn lag. Your 3D, I tried to, yeah, I couldn't help you with anything with the 3D engine, Nico, I'm sorry. Partition by temperature, order by record date as higher temp. Let's just see what happens here. We're going to throw some stuff against the wall because I do need to improve lag because it can. All right. So this is no. This is not right. All right. So I'm probably, well, I know I would be shocked if I was using lag properly. So the example that I have here is for, and it says, looking back, partition by 0. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Expression, the value returned. Oh, wait a minute. This needs to be a case when lag. Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me look at something. Case when lag. Case when SQL lag. Lag SQL. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we need to look at this row and look at the previous date. Okay. Well, that's going to return. We're going to have it be 0. All right. Then we're going to look at this row and look at the previous date and compare this and this, and we're going to add 1 to this. So what we want to do is we want to create a new column over here that's going to flag row 1 with a 0, row 2 with a 1, row 3 with a 0, and row 4 with a 1, because its previous date's temperature is lower than it. And then we want to flag that. So we're going to work on this case when. So I'm close, but no, I wish Stack Overflow was a little bit better, because they dynamic lag function. Let's try this. Let's see. Yes, I accept the cookies. All right. That's an insert, because we also see what is very interesting is when you start to really work with this and you're actually then creating other tables and inserting. So you go and grab from other tables, do some manipulation, and then load them into either product tables or tables you're going to utilize later, or because you don't want to constantly go and hit these huge tables and especially run them in production. If you can make aggregate tables, that is ideal. All right. Let's see. Because actually, you know what? If I can get this to work, we're going to do lag and go backwards, and then we're going to do lead and have it. No, because I don't think we can make this do lead, because we would be looking at this and looking over here, and we'd be on our cursor would be right here on this row. All right. So I have a bunch of zeros, so this is all wrong. And I have this set to be the expression case when. Can I do a case when? And I think you can, but I think I'm misusing case when. Any questions so far? No. All right. I don't see anything in Discord. Case when, lag function, lag lead function, case when, blah, 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 over. All right. Window function lag requires over clause. It takes optional parameters. Explain later. You must specify order by and over. Sorry. So what is this example? This may be close to ours. Here's the table. Oh, okay. Seller name, seller value, lag, seller value, over. Now what is this output? Here's the result. Here's the result from previous sales. Previous sale. Ooh, okay. And this is but I need okay. Previous sale. Can we do a Boolean? Can we do a Boolean test? Case when. Case when. I have no idea if this is going to work. We're going to try this. Case when. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Order by sale, order by date. Yep, order by date. Order by record date. I knew I needed to do this. No, partition. Case when, so I'm ordering over order by date, and then if I don't know how, okay, it's going to look at okay, we're going to do this previous dates temp. Previous day temp. We're just going to see if we can get this to work. There's got to be a way we can put this all. Yeah. temperature as previous day temp. Oh, you're getting to see me learn lag in real time. Temperature. All right. There we are. Okay. I'll finish that in a second. So now, sub select, let's just make sure this works, from, oh, I didn't name this, sub. All right. Let's clean that up. So, I feel like it could handle a case when in here. So in temperature, but I don't know. SQL's pretty odd about not liking. All right, so now I need a new case. So case when is like an elf. Kratos, how are you? Let's see, case when, and you can have multiple. So case when is Python's version of ifs, and you can have multiple ifs, and then it's like basically case when it's like if so and so happens, then this, and you have to control your order of ifs. So if this can happen first, be careful. We are looking at database challenges on Leetcode, and we are working on a very realistic problem right here. I knew we were going to need to do one, and we are utilizing the lag function, the built-in lag function from SQL. So we're doing this the longhand way because I'm not very good with lag. I think this may be actually the first time I've used lag. But I come here and I want the previous day's temperature. Because what I want to do is, our goal is to identify 2 and 4, because their previous day is lower than the current day. So here we are. 25 is greater than 10. 30 is greater than 20. So now I'm going to do a case when. And the way that you want to think about this is each line, each row is an examination. So case when temperature greater than previous day temperature. Okay? Case when temperature greater than previous. So if Venki had that question earlier, so if they were the same, it wouldn't pass this test. And that's just the way that we are writing it. Date temp. Then, so here's my indented body instructions. Then 1, else 0. So an end. So this is your case when built structure. If this happens, then do this. Whatever you want to have in there. Have it do some math. Have it, because you can have whatever. This is your header of condition. This is instructions. This is your what do you want to have happen if nothing happens. And then you have to tell SQL, hey, we're done with this. Now name this column. What is higher is higher. Now there is a way to do this all on one line. I'm pretty sure we could make this and do a case when inside of here. We're just gonna get this to work, and then we're gonna go from there. Because like I said, this is literally the first time doing, because we're gonna have to do a bunch of garbage right here. So ID, and it's ID from sub 2 where what do we call it? Is higher equal to 1. So I run this and I get my matching output. So let's go through, let's submit this, get this to work, and then we'll go back through this one more time. And then I'll probably record a video. Nope, I won't record a video. I'll wait till we get done. Because the lighting is awful. All right. And I got a wrong answer. All right, so cool. What happened? So this is why I like Leetcode, is it throws out, gives you the output. And so here I am. Expected output here. So now we've got to figure out, and you can quickly and easily add this. So I came over here at use test case. So it created and brought this here. How do you handle the indices in here? How do I handle the you just iterate. So you think about that's a good question. So you just roll through. Actually, okay. You're either going to get, that's a great question, Vinky. Thank you. You either are going to get all of the rows and you're going to iterate through all of them, or you iterate, partially iterate or filter with your where clause, and you go from there. That's the way you am I cutting off anything over here? Hang on. Oop, just a little bit. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm handling, we got output here. Now wait a minute. Here's the input. Why didn't this work? Output is 2. Oh. Because it is not, okay. Where ID from weather, join weather, on weather record, add date, interval 1. Oh, I like that. Okay, so lag does not work here because we're missing. So now we have to, so does everybody see why this is, so I'm missing a previous date, and it looks like Kratos already has a solution for it, which again, I did not think about this, but this is where Leetcode is there. Super duper fantastic. So that's the way you can all right, so will that work? Will that work on here? ID from weather. And it wants dashes. So what's coming to mind right now is we then also need to do some, well, actually, let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. And I want to try this. And let's see if we can. Huh. I've been staring at this for a few days now and did not even notice. Alright, but I want to get this in here. I want to try this. And then I have a solution. I want to try this and see if this works. Okay, no. Yeah. All right. Now also we're having previous temperature, and now here's where dates get fun. So Kratos, does that work? Does that pass? Just curious. And then we go. All right. Because what I want to do, so we do not pass here, but we still, okay, we go back. We're passing. Now I want to add, let's get rid of this and this. Oh, Kratos, you still here? Hang on, sorry, I don't know. I always have to now read every text that I get, every email that I get. All right. Okay. Let's see. Previous day. Okay. Did your solution, does that pass all the, because I like what you're doing, and see, I've never used interval because I want to try this too. And I hate dates. Let's see. Previous date. So what do I want to do? I want to do previous date. Lag. Record date. Temperature date over. Yeah, that's what I want. Did you try it? Order by record date. Just like everything I do, I gotta hard code it. So what I'm doing, seriously, there we go. As previous date. All right. And then let's run this. So I'm actually going to do, and then I'm going to do some math to see if it's the actual previous date. All right. Now I'm going to subtract case when previous if case when date minus previous date, record date, minus previous date equals 1. Let's try this. And let's try this. Oh, wait a minute. Previous date. Previous date is higher, then 1, then 0. Okay. Previous day. And I'll walk you through what I'm doing. All right. So I basically came up with I've got this flag. So I do the standard Boolean. 0 and 0. 0 is false, 1 is true. I don't need the light. I got the sun in my eye, sorry. So now what is extremely very cool about this is now I come down here and I do sub 2, come up here, select star from, and where, now here's our first and that I think we've done. I need is higher and previous day. Why is the setup different today? Kratos, give me more, elaborate on that. What, I'm sorry, setup. Where is higher and previous day, hang on, is higher equal to 1 and I like to do this, equal to 1. So I like each line and I like each condition. So now I run this and I will pass both of these. Oh, you're talking about this right here. That, because the coloring is awful and I don't want to deal with it. And whenever I have a white background, it's always off. So I just turned it off today, if that's what you're referring. And oh, oops. This is just ID. And run again. Pass and pass. pass and pass, blank and blank. And we'll go over this, and then now let's submit, and we should be fine. But I'll walk through. I mean, like you used to sit in one corner and screen used to be black. It's white, brown, it's consuming more battery. Oh, yeah, I don't know how it's. I wish Leetcode had this. No. Oh, you're used to this because we're on Leetcode today. So because I can't get the database into here, and we usually then try it on here. So we're having to iterate and do it here all the time. And I still have a wrong case. So I apologize about that. If anyone can find on Leetcode to change this to black, I would be more than happy to. Let's see. Advanced. So we got text size, we got key binding, we got font, dynamic layout, code editor. So I don't know where to be able to change this to white. I would love to, because I hate that it's white, because then we don't get to I don't get to have the camera, and the camera is better. Everybody tends to like that more. It's very interesting. It's a better connection. You can check your web appearance. No, all that will do. Done that. All it does is change everything around Leetcode. Actually changes the browser. This is everything from above here. Let me see. Everything above here is what would go black. Everything below here is Leetcode. I did try that, and it just stayed the same. Yeah. Or I remember I thought I tried that last time. Like right here, my YouTube is all black. Let's see, appearance, setting. So yeah, if anybody can spend some time looking inside of Leetcode and see how to get it black, I'll be more than happy to change it. So, all right, and okay, right, I'm looking right now. Appearance, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Kratos. I thought I tried everything. There we go. All right. I hope that helps your battery, and then maybe we'll turn this back on. Let's get going. And we have a bug. Let's see. Let me get my green screen back. We're gonna have a little bit of light issues, but we'll be all right. We can figure this out, can't we? May hang a towel back up here in a second. There we are. How's that? Yep, I'm gonna hang a towel up. Give me 1 second, everyone. Do not need to knock over absolutely everything. Alright, I think it's this one. Got my fancy clothespins and my fancy work towel. And let me get this. Showed my kids a clothespin the other day. I was like, do you guys even know what this is? Because I grew up with a clothesline. It seemed like everything else. Alright. Let's try that. Bring this back over here. Where's that light coming from? Is it really shining still through? Where? Let me do one more. That's why I have 2 towels for this exact problem. There we go. Because I would stream later and not have this problem, but then everybody on the other side of the planet would be asleep. So, yeah, I was on a call last night, somebody on the West Coast, and we're setting up some data engineering stuff, and there were people in London. It was 3 a.m. in London. I was just like, oh my God, you guys are very dedicated. I love this side of the house, but it is very annoying when the sun is shining through. Alright. Get everything back to normal, and then we will get going. Brighter, brighter. There we go. And brighter, brighter. There we are. Thank you for everyone. I hope everybody's stuck with us. Oh, thank you, Kratos. And well, we're in this together. So all right, so let's see what is happening here. So let's add this test case. So I'm failing on this 13th one right here. Let's see. Let's see. Got my energy juice. All right, so why are we failing? ID 4, output ID 4, correct ID, output 2. All right, let's run this again. Not quite sure. All right, let's look at this. Is this the first one? No, it's not. This has a gap. So I'm getting output of 4. And it's saying actually Nico, I have some Pygame videos. I made a little tank game, I think, and I shot rocks and did all kinds of stuff. Had a timer. Yeah, it had all kinds of cool stuff on it. All right, so let's go back and see let's go in a layer and see what is going, because that's one thing that you're going to get used to. You've got to be able to go back and forth. So all right, let's bring this over here. Previous day. So our previous day math is wrong. All right. Record date minus previous one. So we're going to change this to just this. Case when, well, am I not? I could have sworn I've done math before. Let's run this. There it is. Okay, let's see. This should be. Why isn't this doing math? Making. Okay. We're just going to change this to some. We're going to do this. I'm not recalling how to do this, but we're just going to change. We're just going to do math as previous day. So now it's just going to be the actual. Whoa. Okay, so the actual difference in the dates. And then this should be. Wait a minute. What? Previous day, so record date. I'm bringing in the previous day. Okay. How is that? Okay, so this is date. We should be able to be doing normal date, because right here, this is insane. February 1st is the next day. Then this is 2 days. Why is this 70? That's insane. Because that's not 70. That is one. That is 1 day. And I have no earthly idea why. Record date. Okay, no. Record date. Previous day count. Previous day. Because I'm getting this. This is a date. We've already seen that. Description. It's a date. There's no different rows with same day. Okay. All right, contains information about day and current day. Okay. All right, let's slide this over just a touch, make it all fit. There we go. So previous temperature, null, null, 0, which is understandable. Null, okay. This $70. Okay, is it looking, am I pointing it at something else? Is higher. Okay, that's right. It's usually something simple because I've never seen it be this far off. Never seen it this far off any time ever, because it's nailing these two. Because that's a 2-day gap. This is a 1-day gap. Huh. It's not. It's the same format. Okay, so because you're going to have format errors. Day count. Okay, no. Day count. Record date. I don't like that. Day count. It's not going to change any of the math, but it's a more descriptive of the column name. What? Did you see what just happened? I changed. Oh. On the wrong one. Still have no earthly idea. So it does not see that as okay, so we need to cast this. Because this is literally the only thing that I can think of is it is going from to 100. And it is not actually seeing this as a date. Cast. From weather is W join weather 2. Well, yes, I think we can do that. Well, what would you join it on? Interval 1. Okay. And then you're going to rejoin it on the date. Oh, I like that. Let me do this. Yes, I like that a lot. I want to get this. So date times, I want everybody to see date times. So I actually really like that date, interval 1. So interval 1 is basically moving it up. How about we change? Let's do it in here. I like that solve at all, but I really want it, okay, as date minus cast. Oh. I wonder if I wonder if what I'm doing here is that this is a string or something. That makes perfect sense. As date. And then we're going to try Kratos, and then we're going to do Kratos's. All right, so Kratos, now I completely understand what Kratos is doing. Intervaling 1, so here we go. And then we're joining it back. So it's actually a very interesting technique. But now I'm kind of obsessed with this, and I want to figure out why MySQL isn't doing this math right on the difference between these dates from here to here, because it's doing it properly here, but on the month it is not. So let me go back. We're going to get crazy. This is so outlandish since we're doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to do interval -1. And then if they're not equal, case, oh, wait a minute. Is higher because I want to know what this is. And do I have a way? So, all right, hang on. So record date interval -1 as real previous day. All right. Oh, add date. That's right. -1 day. All right, because now what I want to do, and then we'll go and do Kratos's. So if you've never seen this function, this is very handy. So what we're doing is and then my interval, my unit. Kratos, is it day, month, year? No, I'm completely unaware of that. So right now, how are you doing? The actual Ren, how are you? I am a currently unemployed data analyst who's applying for lots of jobs and staying active and trying to share my my knowledge and my enthusiasm for data. We really typically highly focus on Python, but it dawned on me that I have not been writing any SQL. Haven't really written any SQL in well over a month, approaching probably 2 months. So we have been doing these challenges and boning back up on, because it was getting to the point where I was so far from writing any SQL at the end of my last job. I was building pipelines for an internal application and working with Dataiku and writing writing Visual Basic. So that's awesome. Well, I'm in the same I'm in the same boat as you. But you're probably still a student. I'm just a lot older than you. Probably old enough to be your parent. So we're right now, and Kratos has reminded us that we can do this join. I'm trying to get to the bottom of why my SQL is not allowing this math to be done properly. Because we are subtracting record date from previous date, and we're getting an answer of 70. Select count star. How many? Count the rows. Yes. So count the rows, and if you have no filter, it will return the count of all the rows in that table. So yeah, that's a great place to start. And let's say, Dax, how are you? Looks like you have great stream. Data just dropped in for a minute. The support, appreciate it with a like. Awesome. And as Dax always reminds us, if you've not hit the like button, please go ahead and do that for us today. We really appreciate it. Dax is an OG around on the channel, probably the oldest ranking, highest ranking, longest subscriber, longest concurrent subscriber, I would say. That's the best term. All right, so Dax, you have any comments on why this math of subtracting previous day from record date would get a 70, an interval of a 70? I am completely at a loss. So now I've done this a different way and come up with an interval, and now I really want to see if these are the same. So now what we're going to do, and then we're going to do Kratos's way, because it's very good, and it works. All right, so now that we have this, now we're going to return. So select star from, come down here, sub 2, make sure nothing changed. All right, still this. So now I want where is higher equal to 1 and previous date equal to real previous day. Helps if you can type. All right, there we are. Awesome. Sorry. Jiu-Jitsu chat. We have shuffling of schedules. All right, so now we drop this ID, run. Pass, submit. And then we're going to look at Kratos's challenge. And since the reason why this is so slow is because I have nested, or subquery, however you want to think about it, subquery. But again, get it to work, then go from there. So we could do this. Okay. All right, today and Thursday. All right. So now let's look at Kratos's solution. So if you've not seen it in chat, we're gonna linchpin this. So we're going to then join. So let's go back. Let's start over. Was there reset to default? Yep. Okay. I gotta mute for just a second. Did mute. Sorry about that. Had a kid need to call, so like I said, very active around here. That's actually how's the teeth? This actually isn't. That's not a bad color. All right. And was that Kratos that helped me get the color around? Change this. Sorry, it's gonna get a little loud. All right. Did we lose very many people? Just walk in the kitchen and I'll walk you to it. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. You on your way to work?
Soon. I'm just dressed up so I don't have to change.
Okay. Turn 180 degrees around. That's like 200. See the air fryer in the corner?
Yeah.
Those are you. Yep. I got 6 of you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you want a blueberry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I love you, buddy.
I love you too. Okay.
You want to say hey to everybody?
I'm down.
Don't get on the camera. Just say hey.
Hey, everybody.
That's my middle son. He's swinging by to get donuts. All right. Love you, buddy. Bye.
Love you.
Like I said, it is very active around my place. He's just down the road, and I got donuts this morning, and he came by to get. I said text, and he heard donuts, and he just came. It's awesome. I love it. I am very, very fortunate. All right, we digress, right? Okay, so now we're gonna attack. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's the one who's a lot like me. He was telling stories at dinner last night from work, and I swear to God, it could have been my stories. Interacting with managers. He does restaurant work. He's a line cook. He's a tough kid. All right. He works really, really hard. All right, let's see. We are at what the hell's the name of this one? Weather. All right, let's start back over. So Kratos's plan, which is brilliant. So now we're going to let's do that. Let me show you. So then add day. Is it add day or add date? See, I've already forgot. Date add. That's it. Date add. Then take record date, then comma, right? Comma, then interval. Yeah, interval minus sorry. Minus 1 day. I may be doing this backwards, but we'll figure it out. All right, so as previous date. Because you can do this plus, minus, however, oops. I didn't mean to run that. Let's hear. Let's be faster. All right. So what we're going to do is, now that we've shuffled this, and we've talked about this before, where if you really look at this, we're going to join now record date and previous date. Well, and we're going to join them here and here. So it'd be this one and this one. That would just handle it. Shall I write it again? I mean the solution. No. I want everybody to see. Because there's I want them to see me work through it. So yes, I'm giving the solution, but me working through it and trying to articulate as I'm saying it increases the likelihood of consumption of the solution. All right, because now what we're going to do is we're going to use the join function, the join syntax, as the filter, because we're going to join here and here. All right, so let's look. Select, and then select star from weather as W1, and then join as W2, join on, because we could even tweak this where you could do this either way. So because we want to make sure that we're getting this and not going the other way and going here to here, excuse me, because we'd have this. And then because we want this up here, and then we're going to do a comparison with 10 to 25. And the reason why this also works is when we're here, this will not join. This will be left out. Excuse me. This will be left out because there is no to February 2nd. I wish it could do a whole column. I wish there was somebody here needs to invent a way to highlight columns, either a control button and then drag down and then not have the rows. That would be so cool. All right, join on W2. That's the syntax. On W1, because I'm joining on this. Record date, previous date. Date equals, and I know where if you're coming from the Python world that the equal is really weird because you're used to this as assigning. All right, let's see how close we are. Kratos is probably going bananas. Kratos, now you know how. Oops. Now you know how Venki feels when you have the solution and you're watching me stumble through it. All right. So, excuse me. Let's see if we have this all matching. So we have redundant data. So we need, for one, we don't need this record date. We don't need this ID. So here's a perfect example. W1 dot star. We need all of this table. We need all of this table. And then we need W2 dot temp and all right. We can clean this up. How about we do some aliasing and then we'll get it to work so everybody can see this. And previous day temp and previous date. So we're doing more than we need, but here's some realistic things, and then we're gonna filter it out so you can see. And previous, well, it's a unknown column, and I just made up. Apparently, I just made up one, and it'd be here. W2 dot temp as. There we go. If you need me to go back and explain what I just did there. And temperature, not temp. All right. So here we are. Now, so I have, okay. All right. Everything's looking good so far. Now here's, so I've filtered because I have previous day temperature. I've handling if, because we looked at lag our first solution. But the only problem with that is the data was missing dates. So lag only looks back at the available data. We're creating a new record date if it's there or not, and we're handling this. So shout out to Kratos for this solve. So then what we did is we created this table, which is an augment of the original table. Indubitably. Then we're joining on these dates. So if you look, so we basically took the table, shifted, and rejoined them. So only if we have gaps. So now what we need to do is where previous day is lower. All right. And Kratos might be having... Okay. So we need to go the other way. And that's... I wanted to see if we could do it both ways. So here's our dilemma. Let's come back here. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So the previous date. So we were looking here and going backwards to... So we're going to be joining this way. Let's see if this solved it. We may need to tweak a little bit here. Oops. I wanted to see if we could go back both directions. All right. Okay. I wanted to see if it mattered, Kratos, if we could go in either direction, but we couldn't. We have to go forward. All right. Good. Very good call out. So now that I have all of the data, and now I need to do a comparison where, so I have it linked, so I have all the dates. I filtered the join. That's what took me forever. The join, it also is a filter depending on the type of join you use. All right. So we're handling a standard join is a Venn diagram. So they have to be in both. So if they're in both, then you get those outputs. So when we did this join, we handled and removed any dates that had gaps. And there we are. So now we need to do the test. So this already handles that. Wow. And then now we're going to check and see if this is lower than this. So where, and then there's a having. I gotta get better at having, because having is a where clause where you don't have to use a subquery. Where temperature greater than previous day temp. All right. This should pass all of them. Well, still misspelled. Yep. So you're going to get used to this term, ambiguous. So I was calling temperature, but it's like, hey, you got temperature in W2 and W1. But right now, I want you to look at temperature in W1. Even though it'd work. Wait a minute. Unknown column previous day. Oh, because we're doing it. Yeah. And this is where I don't think having will work here, because it's not a from Kratos. Having only works for what's the function I'm looking for? W1 temperature. Did I change the names? Okay. Good. All right. And then now I drop this to ID, because I want to check my calculations. So I leave all the data there, and then I got rid of what I wanted. All right. So there we are. All right. Now I wonder if there's a way that we can speed this up and do this in one query. But again, so to give you an idea, so we're doing one query, two query, which then is creating a subquery or a results table, and then we're querying that results table with this where clause. All right, does that make sense? Let's see how the lighting is, and we may do a video today. Still don't know why that math, because if we did lag in previous, so if I did lag in previous, and then if lag, I don't know why. I want to see, actually I want to test the coloring here. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, stop. Now we're gonna test this. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. That's a little red. All right. And teeth are alright. Let me turn this just a little bit. There we go. That looks extremely pale, but test 1, test 2, test 1. Looking at the camera. Not too bad light. I've made all sorts of excuses to not edit those LinkedIn videos yesterday. 2, test 1. Looking at the camera. Not too bad light. Let's see, bring this up here. All right. All right, Kratos, you good if I use your solution for today's video? I don't want to. And you good if I give you credit for it, or you want me to keep your name out of it and or leave your solution out of it? I don't know if Kratos is still here. Probably Kratos was going nuts. Like, it's +1 interval. It's +1 interval. All right. Well, we are going to solving Leetcode database challenges. Have I done a video on that? Let me check recently. And boom, boom, boom. Database challenges, live stream, database structures. That was 2.5 years ago. Our SQL journey part 2, database structure. Database Django admin. That was 4 years ago. First model of Django poll website. Okay. That was 300 something videos ago. All right, so we're going to go and do this. All right, here we are. Let me get OBS ready. Okay, that feels a little red. Let's see how, oh, a little red. I think that's pretty good. And I can get close enough where I raise. Let me check this. Do my eyes look creepy when I look at the camera? How bad does that look? Because I know at some time of day, I look like I'm Satan. Or I look like I'm dead. Or I look like vampire eyes. How bad does that look? Because I know at some time of day. That's not too bad. Okay. All right. Cool. Here we go. All right. Close that. Weather, previous day. What is this called? Previous day temperature. Previous day high. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So in today's video, we're going to kind of look at one of the things that we've gone through in our Leetcode challenges during our live streams. So we're spending a little bit more time on SQL because I'm needing to refresh myself and stay sharp with my SQL abilities. So we've been spending a lot of time doing more SQL challenges, and I thought this is a perfect example of one to solve. So we were doing this live stream, and I had a solution that was working. It was very arduous, and it had multiple subqueries, and it was getting the job done. So can't verbalize that enough. Get it done, get it working, then optimize it. Don't get stuck trying to optimize it while you're building it. You're gonna lose your mind. So in chat, one of the viewers suggested, why don't we do a join and an interval? And I thought this was very brilliant, so I was going to highlight it. So if you're just learning data and learning joins has an interesting feature to it, and it goes into the anatomy of how the joins work. So you can join a table in and onto itself and use it as a filter. So it has the ability to bring in more information, all along with also filtering out information that you do not need, because built-in join, the standard join is an inner join, a Venn diagram join. So what we did is we took the table, added an extra column, then took that result table, joined it back to itself, and used that as its own filter, and then did a comparison to find the previous day's temperature, and if it was lower than the current day's temperature, we output that ID. So these are the type of things that we are doing during our live streams. So if you're interested in data, you're interested in SQL, you're interested in Python, this is the place for you. We hyper focus on beginners because we were all beginners once. And there's a Discord server and then down in the description below. So please make sure you're joining that and getting all the help that you need and deserve on your journey, because I still remember what it was like. I still feel like I'm a beginner in so many instances because I'm constantly trying and learning something new. So if you have any comments, questions, video requests, make sure you're dropping in the comment down below or over on the Discord server. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. All right. Oh, my goodness. Are we already at 1 hour and 55? We are. Anything in chat that we need to talk about? So, actually, while we're here, let me see if we can fix this up. And I want to learn, let's see, because you don't think, this is what blew me away. Don't think that SQL is SQL. Look, these all have difference. So MySQL is, is that Presto? They're all slightly different. So you may have a function that works in one SQL and that does not work in another. So be very careful of that. So what's happening here is the math. So let's see, MySQL date calculations, date, not data, I want date calculations. See, in my, is it date diff? Ha ha ha. Date diff 2, time diff 2. Okay. So I want to, let's start this over. And is that not it? I can't remember. There we are. Here. It's internal. There we go. And then one more. And then all right, let's see if this works. There we go. All right, let's see if we can speed this up just a touch. And all right, so now I want lag record date over. No, I want temperature. Right? Was that it? Temperature over order by. This is why I got to practice this. As previous temp. Because I want to see if I can do this in one subquery. Alright, cool. And actually I want this up here. Lag. We are going to have to do a subquery, I think, or it'd be some unbelievably long. Record date. There we go. Show you what I'm doing. So then this is record date, not record date. Record date. Previous day. Previous record. There we go. All right. Bingo, bingo, bingo. And then select. So now what I want to do is do a date diff. Yeah. Select star from delete as sub and date diff. What do I pass in as date diff? Okay. Date diff. Then record date and previous record as date count date day count. All right, let's run this. Oh, whoa. Oopsie. Threw up all over itself. There we go. And then now this is working. More than one way to skin a cat. So now where so I don't want to do I don't want to have to do another sub or date diff equal to 1 and because I would do this in a subquery, but we're trying to be efficient. We're previous day previous temp less than temperature. Now let's see if we run and we need to drop everything but ID. And then let's check here. And check here. Cool. Now we just go ID, because technically we don't need this now. Let's see if this works, because now we just have one subquery. All right, now let's rerun this. So that is the handy thing about SQL, is it does not need to be included. And that's a little bit better, but still pretty slow. So I'd love to see some of the, well, actually, let's take a peek at some of the solutions that are really fast, because I can always improve my SQL. Boom, look at this. Where inner join, which that's redundant, A and B. Oh, I love this. So this is even, this is a filtered, and this is where I'm weak with my SQL. So let's take a peek at this for a second. This is a filtered join. So it is even faster, even less data, and then as you see, which now I want to see how redundant this is, because in my opinion that inner join is redundant. And now I also want to see how fast that is. So that was 496. So let's see what 496 looks like. See, this is... But now this is what's called expensive because we're doing this on this join here. So if you are... So yeah, so it's... Depends on where you are when you run this. So, okay, it's getting closer. Okay, it beats 92. But also I want to show you this. In my opinion, inner join is redundant, but we're going to see. Does it make it slower? Maybe I'm going to learn something that inner join is going to be faster. All right, let's run it one more time, and then we're going to go. Because I got to edit this and get going and do some errands. Yeah. Maybe I do need to subscribe to this. I haven't subscribed to all kinds of stuff recently. There we go. Run this. All right. There's our last run, and we'll see. See, that was slower than ours. So, all right. There's multiple ways to skin a cat, so we may actually talk about this one even later. So no subqueries, but it's handling it here, so you can argue that it's a little bit heavier lifting, but and see they're going backwards. Interesting. Okay, cool. All right. Any questions right now before we begin to wrap up? I think today's stream was very well and very productive. I hope everyone had a nice time coming to join us and learn something, because I'm getting better with lag and dates, because dates will be your not kryptonite, but you will hate dates. Dates are awful, because if they're in there as strings and then having to cast them, I don't know why we couldn't do simple math on the date, but then we had to use the function, because I could have sworn I used to do, but that was with BigQuery. I shouldn't be saying that. So, all right, any pertinent questions before we wrap up for today? Going once, going twice. Anything in Discord that I have missed? All right, everyone. I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Thank you, everyone, for coming to join. And you learned some clause. Oh, awesome. So, the where clause? Oh, that's awesome, Benki. I'm glad I was able to do that. So, yes, and then I will come up with having. There is a having clause that can save you from needing to do a subquery to get the where to work, where you don't have to go and you can stay. But I think it needs to be, I'll revisit the scenario of what the conditions are for the syntax use of having, but I believe it's when you have an aggregate function, then you can use having. And you can't, because you saw how I struggled that I couldn't use this in the same query to use it, because inside the query this isn't known. So if I was going to do where, I would have to do this. I would have to do the information inside the where clause, if that makes sense. And again, I need to get better at SQL if I want to be a data engineer. So, all right, everyone. As always, thank you so much for coming to hang out. I always get something out of it. I appreciate everybody's time and energy. And I will get going on editing today's video, finish up everything that I have, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thank you.